Goku vs. Frieza on Namek. Arguably the most iconic fight and arc in the entirety of Dragon Ball, in no small part thanks to its infamous length in the anime and its introduction of what is, without a doubt, the most iconic transformation in anime with Goku going Super Saiyan. The symbolism of the fight and what this arc as a whole does for Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza is something that has been talked about to death, not to mention the endless discussion behind the legend of the Super Saiyan and the transformations going forward. But there is one aspect of the arc that I don't see get mentioned very often in regards to the story: the fact that the arcs that Goku and Frieza go through in this saga actually directly mirror each other. We can start at the beginning. Both of them are essentially the leaders of two different groups of people that come to Namek in search of the Dragon Balls, but throughout the first half of the arc, neither of them are actually active in the main action that is going on, with Goku being on his ship trying to reach Namek and help the others, while Frieza was on Namek. He stayed on his ship and thought to just let his man handle the conflict, thinking he's too good for it, whereas Goku would have wanted the opposite and he would have been dealing with it all himself. Gohan and Krillin's dialogue builds up Goku's status as essentially a symbol of hope throughout the arc, while Frieza's men build up how feared he is. Complete opposites in that regard. But what else they have in common is that once they finally do start fighting, they make immediate short work of their opponents. But they don't kill them, Goku doing it out of a sense of mercy, while Frieza uses it as a way to express his sadism. And on that, both arrived on the planet as cool, confident, and composed warriors who, like I said, dominated every fight they had. Which brings me on to my next point, their views of the Saiyan race. Both Goku and Frieza expressed how they looked down on the Saiyan race throughout the arc. Goku's dislike coming from how he despised the cold-hearted ruthlessness of the Saiyan race, and Frieza out of a sense of superiority and elegance that he felt made him better than the Saiyans. And both of these details show up once they start their fight. They both went into the fight cool and confident in themselves, and based on their attitudes and expressions during the early parts of their fight, you can even see that they were both kinda enjoying the conflict at first. But as the fight goes on, you can see Frieza slowly starts losing his mask of superiority and elegance, with the sadism and ego cracking open as the fight goes on and he gets slowly challenged by a lowly Saiyan. And progressively, Goku loses his confidence and happy-go-lucky demeanor as he throws everything he can at Frieza, only to see it not amount to anything. And once Krillin is killed, and Goku starts embarrassing him as a Super Saiyan, they both completely lose their composure and cool demeanor that they previously had, with both of them just evolving to solely wanting to savagely tear each other apart. Just like the Saiyans they previously looked down upon. Goku's eyes even change shape, going from round and open to closed off and angular just like Vegeta's, which showed the happy-go-lucky Goku becoming bloodthirsty, and Goku giving into his innate Saiyan rage and lust for battle, and Frieza dropping almost any sense of being above the Saiyans' savagery. Both even chose to stay on the dying planet Namek just so they could finish their fight and appease their desires for the other's defeat. But in the end, Goku was able to regain his composure with what he had learned on Earth as a martial artist, and from all his teachers, satisfied with the fact that he had humiliated Frieza enough, and he was willing to walk away. But Frieza, because of his ego, can't move past the savagery, and in a final few acts of petty barbarism, he attempts to attack Goku. Then he loses most of his body, gets blasted by Goku, and gets caught in the planet's explosion as a result. In the end, the lessons of humility and compassion that Goku learned from Grandpa Gohan, Master Roshi, Kami, and King Kai all tempered his ego and allowed him to keep control of his Saiyan instincts. Whereas Frieza, through a life of nothing but indulgence and getting his way, had his ego grow to self-detrimental lengths, which led to his downfall. Not to mention, there's also the role that both of them played in Vegeta's development. Before the Namek arc, the main thing Vegeta longed for was the chance to surpass and defeat Frieza. But after Goku defeated him and Frieza, and became a Super Saiyan, Goku becomes that new figure for Vegeta until the end of the Buu arc. Even the ending of the Saiyan and Namek arcs, with Vegeta's defeat in both arcs having shaken Vegeta's world, Goku with the pure shame of being hurt by a low-class Saiyan, Frieza with the pure fear of the power he lived under his whole life. It's also worth highlighting that for Vegeta, that both Goku and Frieza represented two potential paths he could have gone down. If we actually look and examine it, a lot of the traits that Frieza displayed are things that Vegeta had previously, just to greater extents. From his views of not wanting an army that could be stronger than him, the way both of them discarded their fathers, and their overall egotistical attitudes paint the picture of Frieza basically representing what Vegeta would have turned out as had he actually had ultimate power. To point it out, in the Saiyan arc, when Nappa suggests breeding an army of half-breed Saiyans after they find out about Gohan, which was an idea that Vegeta immediately discards as he doesn't think the idea of an army that could be stronger than them would be a good idea, which is the exact same reason Frieza had for destroying the Saiyans. There's also the fact that they had the exact same reaction to when they were on the losing end of their fight with Goku, where they both resorted to just trying to blow up the planet in an attempt to kill Goku. All this in the end makes it kind of funny that if it had not been for Frieza keeping Vegeta under his thumb his whole life, Vegeta's ego would have gotten as out of control as Frieza's did on Namek. But Goku, on the other hand, represented the path that Vegeta was slowly walking towards. After being defeated on Earth, he started seeing all the value in everything Goku did and believed in, to the point where he starts training, which he previously looked down upon, and started to care for his own family, which is something that he even blamed on Goku's influence on in the Buu Saga. And I find it so fascinating that despite the countless analysis videos of this arc, I haven't seen anyone else bring these aspects of it up. You know, I love focusing on the details that Goku is a force for positive change to everyone else, and the way the antagonists reflect or twist an aspect of him back at him. I think that's the most interesting thing about a lot of these villains, is just how many different ways they reflect certain traits of Goku back at him, or like I said, or Vegeta, because this applies to Vegeta as well. I think how subtle they're able to do that in all these different ways, I think is really cool and is one of my favorite things to notice. And honestly, that's all I got for this one. Thank you guys for getting us to over 1,700 subscribers on here. While I was editing this video, we hit that milestone. Thank you so much. A special thanks goes to my friend Genesis on Twitter for helping me with this thumbnail. He made it for me. So there'll be a link in the description to go follow him. Now, this was a video topic that I was thinking about for quite a bit, because I love making all these discussions on Twitter, so making a full video about one was fun. Now, if y'all want to do me a favor by liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and following me on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, I would greatly appreciate it. I should be back to my Death Battle review videos soon with Broly vs. Hulk, but if you guys have any other discussion type videos like this, please don't hesitate to drop the idea in the comments, because I would love to do more videos like this. This was really fun. I loved, talking about different things. So, thank you, and have a nice day.